Hi YouTube, it's Diane. Today is December 4th, 2021, and I hope it finds you well. I know I mentioned in my last video that my husband was coming home early from hunting and he was bringing home a cold. I gave it to the family. And we had the opportunity to go to my parents in South Dakota, and they had their own cold. So my husband, who was well by that time, probably caught their cold, and now we're on round 2. So I think I sound different to myself. Hopefully it's not too bad. I will be drinking my water. I just need to. I don't have a sore throat, thankfully, but y'all know when you get a head cold, respiratory thing, no fever, no loss of taste or smell, so it's not COVID, but yeah, and it's an achy kind of cold. Ugh, I hate these. So we're gonna do this. I did this yesterday and I was not happy with the video for several reasons, so we're gonna try it again. But we went to my parents and it's absolutely beautiful weather, and it was a really, really good visit, even though we were all sick and tired because of our colds. It was nice to not have to do anything, just to sit back and chat and watch football or play cards, or nothing major to do. And yes, I got through Thanksgiving on my diet. I was good. My doctor said I could use coconut sugar on occasion, and so I made a no-bake pumpkin pie that was compliant with my diet, and it was interesting. It wasn't the traditional pumpkin pie, but it wasn't bad at all. But I was really good, and I did not starve by any means. I had plenty to eat. But yeah, with this diet, I'm still on it. I'll be on it till January, and talked to my doctor, and my medical tests have come back, and lo and behold, my body absorbs maybe 30% of the protein that I eat. And it has a hard time digesting my food in general, breaking it down so my body could get the nutrients it needs, which is probably, we're catching it early so it doesn't cause major issues later, hopefully. But that's where I'm at. So my body's kind of detoxing in some ways, and then I get a whammy of a cold, and I might be on round 2 this week. Thank you. I've been trying. I've been good with my diet. I've been good with the supplements I need to take because I am low on vitamin B and B, D, and there's one other thing. And so I have not had pain, which is good. Beyond this cold, the achiness from this cold, beyond that, I haven't had the pain, which that's good for me. I'll take that. But I have to up my water, and the truth is, particularly in America, we are chronically dehydrated, and we need to up our water. Even just a little bit can help. So, with this cold, I had a really hard time focusing. My eyes would just water if I tried to read something, so I didn't do a lot of stitching. Although I don't think I've ever heard any floss tuber said that they did just the right amount of stitching, or they did more stitching than they anticipated. I think we all say, oh, we didn't get enough done, or as much done as we wanted. I think every single one of us has said that. But before I jump into the little stitching I did, and there's no stitch shop in Rapid City. I know there's one near Sioux Falls, but I was not feeling well enough to go. I I do have quilting haul. And I have a fabulous gift that I received from a wonderful friend to share, and I have a little stitching haul, but I wanted to show some previous finishes that, because it's Christmas time, these are Christmas ornament related finishes, and they're out, and I'm going to show them. So this is the first one. These are the Farmhouse Christmas, Little House Needlework Farmhouse Christmas series. And last year I had them hanging on my tree, and this year I don't have them hanging on my tree. I just stuck them in this Longaberger bowl. I'm thinking these would be kind of cool if I could find a garland and then like feed the garland through and have them hang. I don't know. I'm thinking through it, because I usually put the tree up the day after Thanksgiving, but we weren't here, so I got it up. It is up now. But yeah, so there's this one, and I don't remember the names of these, but it's the Farmhouse Christmas series. I stitched them the year they came out through Crazy Annie's website. They had a, what do they call it? Every month you'd get one. And the fabric, I ordered the fabric through her. I believe it's 32 count flax or 32 count natural. I did use all the call for colors. And I did change one of them unintentionally. And this one, again, I don't remember the names of all of them. And the one that I changed unintentionally, I pulled a Shelia. When I was stitching this, I had the red on the truck almost done. And then I realized instead of 2 over 2, I did 1 over 2. And I thought, oh man, you know, do I go back over and on the top leg only? Because I wasn't going to rip it out. And I thought, you know, it's a rusty truck. It's a little threadbare. It works. So I left it. And then this one was the first one. And one of these is my favorite. I don't know which one, but one of these is my favorite. So I just have them in this dish at the moment. I haven't had time really to go and see if I could find a garland. I thought I had one in my Christmas stuff, but apparently that box is still hiding out in the garage somewhere. So there's that, and I just have it sitting under my tree at the moment. I do have a number of gifts wrapped and under my tree. And we put our tree on our coffee table, so it's up, and then we can put things underneath. That's how we do it, because otherwise then a small living room and then you put a tree in there, and it's just a way of kind of giving us a little more space. Let's show you some other finishes. I did these. Well, I did this one. This is my first stitched Christmas ornament, and I probably should re-stuff it. It has a stain on it. I don't know what happened. I stitched this in 2015, and it is from one of the Just Cross Stitch Christmas ornament issues. I do not know which year. It could have been the 2015. I'm not sure. But it's stitched on 32 count? Yeah, 32 count antique white. And it uses a fiberlicious fiber called Jolly that is variegated, so I didn't have to, I just used the same thread throughout. And I do like it. I just probably need to put some more stuffing in it. So that one's on my tree. And then last year I stitched by Erica Michaels, Nice Until Proven Naughty. And it says oops right here. And I just added these buttons where the linen met the fabric. And then I did the berries also, and these I probably should restuff too. It was the first time I ever made the berries, so I wasn't sure how full to stuff them. But this is the the naughty or nice. Now, or nice is over 1, but the naughty, this is, I think, 36 count flax with the called for colors, but I don't remember exactly if that's the right fabric. And then this is the naughty or nice with naughty, again, 1 over 1, but the nice is 2 or 1 over 2. So I just finished them and put some buttons on top. I probably could stuff them more, but that's okay. The berries aren't hard to make, but I just didn't know how full to stuff them. So those are on my tree. And this guy, well, I'll show that later. In June, my friend gave me this one. I know I've shown this one at StitchCon. I believe it's a Bent Creek. I'm not 100% sure, but she did a great job on her finishing. I love this green, and green is my favorite color. And another friend gifted me this one. I don't know the pattern. I'm sorry. It was a gift, and she did a great job on her finishing. So when I was in Rep City, I did some Black Friday shopping. It's the best time to get sheets from Quilts. I've realized that, and I got us, we needed another set for our bed, and we got king size sheets, nice king size sheets for less than 40 bucks. They're usually over 100 bucks. And then I got some other things too. But then on Small Business Saturday, I went to this small business in Rapid City called Someone's in the Kitchen. It's a fabulous store. I mean, you can get lost in there pretty easy. And I was in there for a long time. Found some Christmas gifts, but I also brought home this guy. They had a bunch of different gnomes, and this is the one I chose. And my son looked at it and goes, "Oh, elf for the shelf." I said, "No, this is a gnome for the home." So he sits on my desk next to the Erica Michaels Naughty or Nice pillow. But I have those out now. So let's talk stitching that I did get done. Again, I didn't do a huge amount because this cold, it just makes it hard to read when you get a cold like that. And Three Things by Moira Blackburn. And right here it says 1992, and that's the year my husband and I were married. And so this one needs to be finished next year as a 30th wedding anniversary sampler. And there's a line right here, it says wrought by. I'm going to change that somehow to reflect that this is for our 30th wedding anniversary. This is on 40 count white Verdal, V-E-R-D-A-L. Verdal is an even weave. It loves to shed. So I stuck leftover quilt binding on the edge because the zigzag didn't cut it on the fraying. Again, this is all DMC, 1 strand over 2 threads, and it's just beautiful. It really is. I did the bunny. I started this bird. There's some more things on the bird. I was filling in these flowers. Got this line going and a bird over here, and I started filling in on these flowers. So I didn't get a huge amount done. But on this white, it was easy on the eyes. My eyes didn't go wonky. But this one is definitely on my WIPCO for 2022 because I want it finished for our 30th wedding anniversary. And again, I know sometimes people don't like using overdyes, or sometimes the overdyes can be pricey. Let's not lie about that. If you only want to stitch on DMC, using DMC, or there's no reason to feel bad. DMC is a fabulous floss to stitch with. It's a fabulous floss to use. Now this one brings me to my haul, my stitching haul. I did get my nest egg from 3L Threads, and I'll link her stuff below. I would highly recommend her if you want to grow your overdyed collection. I think she does some other flosses too, some silks and stuff. I know I showed this pattern last time, and it's by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. I ordered this via PDF download. I do not have a color printer. And it is F is for friend. Now on her website, when she describes, she has a whole series of these little round pieces. F is for friend, M is for mermaid, V is for Valentine, O is for Old Glory, T is for turkey. I don't remember. She doesn't have all the letters yet, to my knowledge. But this one I really liked. And she tells you, she links where to get this exact frame. And it's an Etsy shop, signed and remembered. And I ordered the frame. I ordered it in chocolate. There are many, many colors available. And I think I ordered a matte finish. I thought that was an option to order different finishes. I could be wrong on that. But I ordered it at the beginning of November and I received it at the end of November. So I assume it's like a one-man shop. So it takes a little while to get. But the quality, this is quality. You can hang it, or you can put this little kickstand in and let it sit on a shelf. And I'm not sure if this is glass or plexiglass. I want to say it's plexi. But I will link Beth's website. And she links you directly to this particular store on Etsy. So I'm not going to link the store on Etsy. You have to go to Beth's website to go to the store on Etsy. Because Beth tells you there's a code that if you use a code, you can get a discount on these frames. And I would order these frames again. It's a 6-inch opening. And it is so well made. And when it arrived in this box, and it was double bubble wrapped and plastic wrapped and very, very well packaged. No damage at all. I have to get this ready to give to my friend that's going to receive it this week. But of course, in order to do that, I have to have the stitching done. And the model for this particular pattern was stitched on 32 count. I'm stitching mine on 36 count fog, and here's where it's at. So the urn is completely done. These flowers and these flowers are completely done. I have to finish the ladies and these flowers up here, and there might be like a berry floating here and there, but it's definitely close. And I'm using one strand over 2 threads. Not necessarily the called for. I had several of them. I can't remember how many there are. I think like 8 are called for, 6, 8, something like that. And I had 3 or 4. I am going to use the DMC alternatives on a couple of them because there's only a handful of stitches. But I know that the blue, I subbed out the blue. I don't remember what it was called, but I didn't have it. I subbed that out, but this is Pebble Beach that I used because I had it. And the orange I had glazed carrot. The red, I think I subbed out the red also. So I used what I had and then I subbed with other things, but I'm going to use the DMC alternative on a couple of the colors. And she does give you DMC alternatives because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colors, and 2 of them I'm going to be using the DMC. Yeah. But it's cute. If you've never stitched a Beth Twist pattern, you should. First of all, her patterns are very cute. I like them. I like her style. I will admit I don't like every single pattern she's made because I don't think any designer I've liked every single pattern. But to me, that shows her creativity that she can have such a wide range of patterns. So a pattern I don't like, somebody else may love, and a pattern I love, somebody else may not like. To me, that shows the real scope and of talent of our designers in this cross-stitch community. Excuse me one moment. But a friend contacted me and said, you know, Diane, I have these magazines and I think you would like these magazines. Can I send them to you? And I said, okay. I was thinking I would only get a few. And then I got a second package with an absolutely adorable card. And the sampler is in the Fitzwilliam Museum in Cambridge. It's an English sampler from 1824 called Elizabeth Wade. I have no idea if there's a pattern by anybody on that, but I love this card. It's just so cute. And what magazine it is? It's the Sampler and Antique Needlework magazine. To my knowledge, this is not being printed anymore. But what I like, the ones that I've looked through, is that yes, there are patterns in here, but there's also a lot of history of samplers. A lot of why did they use a kind of a quote-unquote gadget corner, if you will, to borrow from country stitchers, but also history on different types of samplers across the world and across the ages, and why did they use this silk and that silk, and I mean just a whole slew of history in each magazine. But this one, yeah, this is on my wish list. As you can tell, I took my post-it notes to a bunch of these magazines. Yep, that one's on my list. This one. And let's see if this one has a better picture on the inside. This one reminds me of some of the G. Leger. This one kind of reminds me of that. Isn't that beautiful? And they had talked about, sometimes they just talk about a particular sampler, they don't offer the pattern. So they had talked about this one the year before this particular issue, and people liked it so much that they actually had permission to chart it. And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And I don't know what it calls for. It calls for NPIs, but it also gives you DMC alternatives, which I think it's just, the colors are so rich. But as you can see, I just got a lot of post-its, a lot of them. And dear friend, you know who you are. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a treasure trove. And there's a CD-ROM, DVD-ROM, something where you can get those issues, and it was on my wish list, and now it's not there. Thank you. It's a fabulous gift, and I look forward to, now that I can read more, because it came when I was sick and I couldn't really focus beyond the pictures, as I can get into the history more. I know I read one of the articles. One of the articles was on a New Zealand sampler, and they had gone through all the history of the person who stitched it, and it was pretty fascinating. But that, my mom had received, a quilter had passed away, and people gave her items from this woman's collection, because my mom does a lot of quilts for charities and stuff, and they said, well, you could use this for, they call them quilts for warmth. And yeah, there's a youth home and a NICU and a lot of different avenues that she makes these quilts and then gives them away, so she can get the resources without a charge. Sorry about that. My kids are, I don't know what my kids are doing. Anyway, Mom, she received one of these containers, which I think these are fabulous to store stuff in, because in here there were stitching supplies. So apparently this particular quilter did a lot of varieties of needle arts, And there's some quilting stuff too, but these are all floss away bags. We've got a chunk of DMC here. But what was so cool is all these embellishments, especially these little buttons. If you do any kind of wool work, you know that's the size button that you need. Look at all those colors. And sometimes you can use them on your stitching to embellish your stitching too. And some fun fibers that might be fun to add to stitching. Probably more the finishing aspect. And these are buttons. And then this is just a bunch of different beads. Those pretty colors. That would work on a mermaid. So a variety of seed beads, bugle beads, and a dash of Miyuki cues. Huh. Anyway, so I received that. And then this is some quilt stuff I really haven't had a chance to go through yet to figure it out. It's like an applique quilt or something. But I received that, and that's my stitching haul. So I'm going to show my quilting haul next, but before I do that, I wanted to remind you of the giveaway. And the giveaways for project bags. I'm limiting the project bags to the US only because shipping, yes, shipping is expensive, but it's also just complicated. Sorry, my kids are just, I don't know what's going on. My husband's home, so he's right there. It's like, talk to your father. Anyway, project bags. I'm limiting them to the US. And here is one of them. And this has teal on the inside. And to be eligible to win this bag, you need to use the word Texas, capital T, EXAS, on video 152. This one, and this one on the inside has a fun plaid. But this one you need to use the word stripes, STRIPES. This one with the poinsettias and the beautiful scroll work, you need to use the word scroll, SCROLL, and there's red with gold holly leaves. This one, flag. This one has a chevron on the inside, FLAG. This one, the green and blue ornaments. Use the word green, GREEN, and this one has a plaid. And this guy. Chevron. Use the word stars, STARS. So, the comments need to be made on video 152. I love all comments, but if you enter to win the giveaway on this video, it will not count because I'm only going to do comments on video 152. Stars, plural. Green, singular. Flag, singular. Scroll, singular. Stripes, plural. And Texas with a capital T, singular. If you are international, I did not forget about you. You need to use the word international with a capital I. I do not know if the comment picker thing on YouTube is picky for capital and small letters. I'm making the assumption it is. So you must use a capital INTERNATIONAL, international, capital I. you will be eligible for a $20 US dollar gift certificate to Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist's website. She has many patterns on there via PDF, so you can order, have it delivered to your inbox, you know, download it, print it off, and have fun. If you are international, I would love it if you'd include what country you're in. You don't have to say province or street or anything that specific, just general. I'm in the UK, I'm in Spain, I'm in Australia, just something very general. But that will be your giveaway. I'm doing the giveaway to commemorate 7 years on FlossTube, which was the end of October. And yeah, the deadline for this giveaway is December 28th, 2021. And again, the bags are limited to US addresses only, and that does include Alaska and Hawaii. You may enter to win any of the bags, any of them, but you can only win one. I want the bags to go to 6 different winners. And so if I draw and, you know, I'm just going down the list and you win bag number 2, you are not eligible to win bag 3 to 6. That's how I'm going to do it. So I want them to go to 6 different winners. Again, the deadline will be December 28th. I'll cut out off. Then I'll do a video around that time frame telling you who won. So, and then you'll have to contact me with your snail mail address and your human name if it's different than your YouTube name, and we'll go from there. But you can enter for any of the bags, but you can only win one. Now I'm going to go into my quilting haul. And my daughter and I, we had the chance to go with my mom to her quilt guild meeting, and that was a lot of fun. If I lived there, I would definitely join that guild. But they meet once a week, and a lot of fun ladies. But they also have a freebie table. Like StitchCon had a freebie table. A lot of places have freebie tables when they get together for a retreat or something. And so my daughter, my youngest daughter, went with me, and she picked up this pattern for herself. She's learning to quilt. It doesn't have to be a tree skirt. It could just be a table topper. And this pattern, which is very ambitious, this would be ambitious for me. But she picked it up, and then I can't remember if I found these. I think I found these fabrics. I know I found these too. These kind of more classic fabrics. So I found those for my own stash. But then she found these fun ones for her. These bright colors. Yeah, so I have a box for her with her name on it for her quilting supplies. She's been using my scraps a lot to have fun. But this magazine was there. I picked this up for myself. This is only one quilt block that when it comes together in the corners, it looks like it's actually, it makes a second design. It's very beautiful. So I thought that one was cute, but there were a few others in here that I just thought were adorable. And I'm looking this year, patriotic, yes, but also to use scraps. So a lot of these I think I could use, oh yeah, that one. I can use scraps. It's just really pretty. And then they also had this one. This one had a fun quilt. Where's the page? Okay, let me find the page. When I did this last time, it just popped right up. There it is. This quilt, that is made out of plaid shirts. That's where the fabric is from. So, you could go to Goodwill or whatever and just get some men's plaid button-down shirts, and that's what you're going to use it for, is this quilt. There was also another one in here that I was like, oh, because again, I want to have patriotic stitching and patriotic quilting. And pages sticking together. And there's this one. So yeah, those are for me. But then my daughter and I, we went to a shop in Sturgis, South Dakota called Fabric Junction. And she found this fabric for herself. It's an ombre, so it goes from purples to blues with a chevron. And then she asked me to buy this book for her. So this book teaches you to make this trapezoid shape, these shapes here. There's like 4 or 5, or maybe even 6 different shapes. There might even be 8. But then it also shows you how you can take those basic shapes and make them into quilt blocks, and gives you the measurements and everything. So if you wanted to make this one, it gives you all the measurements, and then the front of the book tells you how to make those shapes. So it'll be a cool resource for her to use. So you have you cut triangles and half triangles, yeah. So it just walks you through, and then it tells you how you can actually combine them into different quilts. Then when we went after the Quilt Guild meeting with my mom, we went to a quilt shop called Betsy's Quilts in Rapid City, South Dakota, or Betty's Quilts, I'm sorry, Betty's. I will definitely shop that store again next time I'm in Rapid. Oh, it's an awesome store. They're in an old industrial building, brick building, and so you know all the open beams and stuff. Great atmosphere, fun people, and absolutely amazing fabric. And this my daughter found for herself. And this one, kind of a galaxy, but this could go in so many different combinations and blocks and colors. So, and then also this beautiful vine work. So that's what I found for my daughter. And what did I find for myself? Well, at Fabric Junction in Sturgis, each shop has different atmosphere, just like each needlework shop. So they have different items. So we have the quills and pens in cream and in this rusty orange-red color. Thanks. Well, maybe. I might actually use them in a quilt. These stamps, this one with journals, and these are all from the same line, and watches. Do I have the selvage that tells me? Whistler Studios pattern number 41522, Longfellow. Longfellow is the fabric line. I'll put that in the description box below. Well, for any of these fabrics, in case you like to sew and are interested in finding them. I also found this pattern. This is an exclusive from the Fabric Junction. And it tells you 5 different sizes, and they had the model on the wall. Models sell patterns, we all know that. But I thought this would also look good monochromatic, where you go from a really dark to a really light shade. So yeah, it's really, really pretty. Then what I found at Betty's, yeah, I got these at Betty's. Oops, I got that one at Betty's. Make sure, because I went to 3 different quilt shops. Okay, the gnomes. I like gnomes. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm German. Who knows? But Betty's also had this beautiful fabric that's in Rapid City, there's another store. It's called Prairie's Edge. And they have artists, Lakota Sioux and Akta Sioux. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. It's AKTA. Or Akta Lakota. Different nations, and they show their art and they sell their art, and it's absolutely beautiful. Their beadwork, if you've never looked at their beadwork, you should, because it is absolutely stunning. And this I thought was just beautiful. And then I found this one, red with kind of this gold scroll work, which isn't necessarily Christmas. I mean, it definitely has a Christmas vibe, but it's not necessarily Christmas. And then this black with the silver feather, or fronds, excuse me. They're not feathers, they're fronds. And then this black with gold scroll work. And these kind of vintagey Christmas ornaments. I think that's it, yeah. And when you're getting the same amount, they just cut them, they layer them and cut them together. But I also picked up some more inspired fabrics. This is by Windham Fabrics. Spirit Trail is the fabric line. I just love these colors. They remind me of sunsets. Just absolutely beautiful use of color and shape and design. And this one, I think it's from the same fabric line. So I had some fat quarters. Oh, and this one with the horses and I know we call them dream catchers, but there's another term for them. It's just beautiful. So I want to use those together. But then they had this panel, and this panel is just funny. It's Quirky Animals. It's Sassy Animals by Connie Haley for 3 Wishes fabric. So it says single and ready to flamingo. I'm just naturally glamorous. Glamorous. Are you kidding me right now? Let's see. Lay back and relax with the kangaroo. No problema. Let's get basted. The turkey. It's Pandemonium. Totally awesome. Or fantastic. Awesome. And you bore me. So yeah, I like them. I gotta figure out what to do with them. But they're fun. They're fun. Why not have some humor? So that's what I found at Betsy's. And then I went to Quilt Connection in Rapid City, which is a store I've been to before. And this was on Black Friday. I went, and they were having a sale. So this was in their clearance fabric, and then they had an additional discount, so I got a chunk of it. It's navy with these little arrowheads. And this beautiful black and white. And they had Christmas fabrics, so there was a sale on them. And I found some more gnomes in this kind of brown charcoaly color and the cream. And what line is that? I'll try and put the lines below. I think I've said that already. If it's listed on the selvage and I can find it, then I will. And that's weird. It's not on this. Oh, there it is. Gnome-Antics by Jennifer Pugh. Licensed by Wilmington Prints. So yeah, I like gnomes. And then I found this absolutely amazing fabric. I got some black flannel for a specific project, but then I found this absolutely amazing fabric, which is Bohemian Blends. And it's just these dandelions and these colors are amazing. And I'm thinking that these colors and some of these back quarters with the brown, I think they would complement each other. So I gotta play with them a little bit. But yeah, it's beautiful. I got 2 yards. But then they also had kits on sale, and this one. These round quilts caught my eye last time I was in Quilt Connection. And there's one with buffalo and teepees. There's a butterfly one that's absolutely beautiful, a dragonfly one. And this one is the one I came home with because it was an additional discount for Black Friday on the kits. And this is fused on, and then you go over the edges. So it's not, you don't have to individually piece that star. And these feathers, you make a line. So you take strips of fabric, you sew them together, and then you put this template on there and you fuse it to this. So it looks a lot more complicated than it is. Well, I say that now. I haven't started it yet, obviously, and here are the rest of the fabrics. So all the fabrics are here. The only thing that's not here is the fusible, and there's a certain one that they recommend, and I'll get that one. And then obviously the threads to go over all the edges. And it is approximately 42 inches in diameter when it's done. So it's called Sundance by JoAnn Hoffman. And there's a way you can hang these on the wall. There's a special hanger for round quilts or something. I haven't done much research on it because I actually have to have the quilt done first. But they also had irons for sale. This will help in finishing, quilting. I don't iron personal clothes except for special occasions. But this, because of the discount that they had, it was approximately the same price, like within $1 of what I'd get on Amazon. So it was worth it. And it promoted small business. Money went to small business, so it'd stay local. I'm in that camp. So that is all I have for you today. I'm not sure when I do my next video. Today's the 4th. 2 weeks from now would be the 21st. No. Would be the 18th, 19th, right in there. I will have to see. I might do one before Christmas, but chances are I'll do one after Christmas or between Christmas and New Year's. And I want to wish all of you a very Merry December and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and all the things. And I encourage you, no matter how you celebrate or what have you, take time this December as we wind up 2021 just to breathe. Give yourself a chance to breathe and turn off the media and just kind of have that moment to yourself. There's so much going on in the world. Sometimes we just need to take a step back and just breathe, and I encourage you to do that because it's worth it. But enjoy family and friends and just try not to do too much this time of year. And yeah, I'm preaching to myself here, mom of 14. But just take the time to enjoy life. A lot of stuff in the last 2 years has been blown out of proportion. Yes, there's a real virus, and yes, we need to be aware of it. But we also have people that just want us to always be fearful, and they want to control our lives. And the best thing we can do is take our time to enjoy life, live our lives, not in fear, but in joy. And that's what I want to encourage you to do this December. Live your life in joy. Because it's very easy to get bogged down. I know this. Again, I'm preaching to myself here too. But aside from that, if you wish to enter the giveaway, comment on 152, those words, and I will link everything I could possibly link below. If I forget something, please gently remind me and give me a couple days, because sometimes having focused time at the keyboard is a trick. But we will go forward, and tomorrow is my husband's birthday, although he doesn't feel good, so we shall see what happens. But love to you all. Have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will see you toward the end of the month. Love to you all. Bye.